This comes from an article in the US Sun titled Hellhounds Inside Britain's Deadly Dog Attack Epidemic. All right. Between 2001 and 2021, there was an average of 3.3 dog related deaths each year. This is in the United Kingdom. That's England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. Last year, it shot up to 10 from an average of 3.3. In January this year, 4-year-old Alice Stones died from being attacked by a dog in her back garden. And just last month, Natasha Johnston, 28, was mauled to death by the dogs she was walking in Surrey. The COVID lockdowns saw an explosion in the number of new dog owners and in pets being brought from unscrupulous breeders. These animals are more likely to suffer from behavioral problems. At the same time, there's been a disturbing social media trend of filming stunts that involve winding up dogs in a dangerous way. So it's little surprise that this year's Crufts, in a first, chose to put an extra emphasis on safety. Bill Lambert from show organizer The Kennel Club said, Crufts is really about dog ownership, the interaction between people and dogs. It seems likely that we have quite a lot of untrained, poorly socialized dogs out there that could possibly lead to an increase in incidents. And of course, we have a lot of inexperienced new dog owners too. It's almost a perfect storm. Crufts ran special sessions on how to train and socialize dogs to develop a steady temperament. This is something that experts say is lacking in dogs bought by inexperienced owners during the pandemic or by people following dangerous advice from unqualified dog trainers on social media. What is clear is that dogs are biting humans more than they used to. Now, these stats are from the United Kingdom. In 2022, there were 21,000 recorded dog attacks, compared to in 2018, there were 16,000. That's quite an uptick. One factor between the increase is the rise in certain breeds, including the muscled American Bully, which stems from the American Pit Bull Terrier. 6 of the 10 dog-related deaths in the UK last year were caused by bully or bully crosses. These include the death of Shirley Patrick, 83 years old. Her daughter Gail told The Sun her injuries were horrific. She lost the tip of her nose and all of her top lip. The middle of her face was completely gone. There was just a stub left, like a skeleton. She lost an eye, lost an ear, had a huge chunks out of her head, and at the back of her skull around her neck, it was all down to the bone. Her arm was broken and she was covered in scratches. Shirley passed away on December 20th from pneumonia and sepsis 17 days into the battle to treat her injuries. The great-great-grandmother, who underwent 18 operations while in a medically induced coma, was unaware of what had happened. Oh, God. Gail said, I was told that's what kept her alive for so long. They say if she knew, she would have died from shock. The attack happened in Caerphilly near Cardiff, which has been dubbed the dog bite capital of the UK. Just over a year before Shirley's death, and just 2 streets away from where she lived, schoolboy Jack Liss, 10 years old, was mauled to death at a friend's home, again by an American bully. In the wake of the attack on Shirley, a black American Bully XL Cross Cane Corso was seized by police and destroyed. 4 people were arrested on suspicion of being in charge of a dog dangerously out of control and were released on conditional bail. That's a law they have that we don't have in the U.S. Since the beginning of this year, a further 17 dogs have been seized in the town, all on suspicion of being illegal breeds. Yes, in England, they have nationwide breed-specific legislation. 9 have since been released to their owners, and the remaining are under investigation. Pit Bull Terriers are one of 4 banned breeds in the UK, alongside the Japanese Tosa, Dogo argentino, and Fila brasilero. American bullies, which are not illegal, have soared in popularity due to their strength and muscular appearance. They're certainly all the rage in Caerphilly. Carpet fitter Jason, 52, says he no longer takes his Italian greyhound Lola out at night in the town, fearing a potential attack. One chomp and she's gone, isn't she? He told us. Those XL bullies are terrible dogs. It must be a status thing. I don't understand why you would want a dog like that. Don't tell me you could leave that in a room with a kid and have no worries. Ella Phillips, 19, says her Labrador was attacked by an American Bully XL last year. The 19-year-old medical student said it was one of those classic big dogs, muscly and aggressive, and it went for mine. It was scary. The dog wasn't on a lead, so the owner couldn't control it. I had to kick it off, and I'm lucky it just walked off rather than going for me. But some experts say the focus should be on deed, not breed, emphasizing that any breed is capable of biting if handled badly. Dr. Sam Gaines, the RSPCA's head of companion animals, RSPCA is Royal Society for the Protection something of animals. Uh, anyway, it's like our ASPCA, but RSPCA is the England branch. So Dr. Gaines, the head of companion animals, said there have been calls to ban XL bullies, but what we know from evidence around dog bites and fatalities is that breed is not a good predictor of risk. Yeah, right, sure. The danger of focusing on specific types of dogs is that it's misleading the public by saying those types of dogs are dangerous and any other dog is safe. No, it says those types of dogs are dangerous. Instead, the RSPCA would like to see a dog licensing scheme which would crack down on illegal breeding and funding to train owners. Licensing has never stopped anyone from breeding backyard dogs, and most people with illegal or borderline dogs never license them anyway. This is particularly important after the lockdown, that's the COVID lockdown, and the rise in new dog owners with pets often from unscrupulous breeders. These dogs are more likely to suffer from stress, and when life returned to normal after restrictions were lifted, dogs often found their new routines upended and responded with anxiety. Social media has made things worse too, with bad advice about how to train dogs going viral, as well as clips of dangerous stunts with dogs. Dr. John Tulloch, a vet and epidemiologist at Liverpool University, said he frequently sees videos on TikTok where dogs look stressed. He said, there was a recent trend, for example, of people staring into their dog's eyes for as long as they possibly could. And in all of those videos, the dogs were looking really, really uncomfortable. And it would not have surprised me if any of those videos ended in someone being bitten. James McNally, a solicitor, that's lawyer or attorney to us, known as Mr. Dogbite because of the number of cases he takes on, agreed that any breed can be to blame. His firm gets half a dozen inquiries a day, often from people attacked by smaller dogs. He said, an awful lot of my clients are delivery drivers. Some have lost fingers when putting them through the letter boxes, and 9 out of 10 times it's a terrier. It's not always big dogs. Yeah, but those aren't life-threatening, are they? So what can be done? Canine behaviorist Will Atherton said there are no quick fixes, but that the key is making sure people only get dogs they're confident they can handle. He says the problem is wrong hands, wrong training, wrong lifestyle. If you're getting a big dog like an American Bully, what is your rationale? Do you want to be intimidating or look cool? Because that's not a good reason. The RSPCA is also urging research into the mental and physical well-being of dogs responsible for attacks, instead of putting them down immediately. Dr. Gaines said, we need to understand why a dog attacks, and that means treating it like a suspect. No, it's not a human. Why did it act as it did? Was it mismanagement, abuse, breeding, or health issues? Only with greater understanding can we really work to stop these sorts of harrowing, horrendous attacks occurring with such frequency. Okay, I'm going to stop right here. So, pit bulls and their types of dogs have been bred for over 100 years to attack and kill other dogs. What part of the last 100 years don't you understand about this is why they attack? Okay, continuing on. So this is about the English law. It's the Dangerous Dogs Act 1991, and it says here, um, it is against the law to let a dog be dangerously out of control anywhere, including in private homes. This applies to all dogs, not just banned breeds. Your dog is considered dangerously out of control if it injures someone or makes someone worried that it might injure them. A court could also decide that your dog is dangerously out of control if it attacks an animal, something we don't do in the United States. Penalties for breaking the law include an unlimited fine and a prison sentence of 6 months to 14 years. Again, we don't see that in the U.S. Your dog may be destroyed, and you may also be banned from owning a dog in the future. Yeah, we need to see more of that in the U.S. 4 breeds of dog are banned in the UK: Pit Bull Terrier, Japanese Tosa, Dogo Argentina, and Fila Brasileiro. The police or local council can confiscate a dog of these breeds even if it's not acting dangerously and there has been no complaints. Yes, we need more of that in the U.S. Thank you for listening.